Hello, everybody. Welcome to 7 Savings Garden, where we talk about gardening, ways to save money, and other special events. So today is gonna do some garden update. Probably last garden update of the year. Right now we are end of October, and the temperature the past couple of days has been good, but the temperature has been going down gradually. So the next couple of weeks, temperature is probably gonna go down to the frost level. So just want to show you guys the garden right now. We harvested most of the stuff from the garden, but we have a few stuff like garden eggs right here that we still have to harvest. We have some corn that we still have to harvest. So so right now, any empty spaces that we have, what I'm doing is just using leaves, harvesting, getting some leaves and just covering the garden beds, so that way it prevents weeds from coming out and also maintains the moisture in the soil. So as you can see, we still have our corn. Corn that's about 13 feet up in the air. So most of them are ready to be harvested. There are a few that are not gonna be ready, but we harvested most of the leaves for our huckleberry and pecan. We have some stuff that's gonna continue growing, like you have like spinach and kale and salad mixes are gonna be fine. We have garden egg right here. That's still gonna be harvested. We have some, you can see the ripe garden eggs that are gonna be harvested. Our fabric raised bed over here, we harvested all the leaves, and so I don't think it's gonna be able to produce that much going forward. But if it produces, we're gonna harvest it. But right now the temperature is good, but within a week or two, when the temperature falls below zero, most of the stuff is gonna die out. So that is where we are. We have some herbs over here that are still doing well. These ones they're gonna survive, they're gonna be fine. Even if they die down, they're gonna come back next year. So we just have to harvest this herbs over here. You can see some of the water leaf is already gone because they prefer the consistently hot temperature. So the tomato beds, raised bed over here, most of the tomatoes are gone. So what I'm doing is just covering the bed with leaves, like I said before, just to prevent weeds from coming out. We have the peppers that we had in containers. We harvested all the peppers in containers, and it's getting close to that time. You can see all the trees and the leaves are falling off the trees. And you can see the corn. You can see some of the corn. Some of the corn, like this one, is not gonna be ready in time. This one still needs at least 3 weeks for it to be ready. But most of the other ones are ready. This one also is not yet ready. But most of the other ones, we're gonna harvest. Some of them up there, we're gonna harvest them. They are ready to be harvested. Like these ones over here, they are ready to be harvested. So you can see we once we harvested most of the vegetables over here, we took all the leaves. So we're done. All we're doing right now is just make sure we do some cleaning work. What you can do if you have a lot of stuff like this is just to cover the garden beds with leaves or grass clippings or whatever, to maintain the moisture and also prevent weeds from coming out in the spring. So that way there's not a ton of weeds before you start planting or digging your soil. So that's what we've done. We still have quite a few that we still have to do. We still have some pumpkins that we still have to harvest. I'll show you some of the pumpkins we have over there. But most of the other stuff is either dead or dying, and it's not gonna be able to give us any much vegetables going forward. So the pumpkins, we have some pumpkins over here. Have some pumpkins over here that we still have to harvest. We have more pumpkins over here. You see the pumpkins? So these ones are still, they're still growing, but if we have, once we have frost, we're just gonna harvest them, and since they're not gonna be able to grow any more once the frost comes. So usually by this time of the year, we've had our frost, but this year is still warm. Like today, we have temperatures in the 80s, which is unusual, but right now we're just gonna go with the flow, and if we're able to get this stuff harvested and get more stuff going, then that'll be fine. But the rest of the garden is done. You can see most of the leaves have just covered the beds, and most of the leaves from the plants are either gone or not really doing that much. You can see the yard. I just have to do some yard work later on. All the leaves are down. The whole yard is covered with leaves. You can see the tree is almost empty right now, this one, but we still have the other ones that still have quite a few leaves. So that is the garden. The garden is almost done for the year. Over here on the side of the house, not much. We harvested. We have harvested all the leaves, as you can see. We had a cold temperature that was going to like 38 on a couple of days ago, so we just came out and harvested all the leaves, and so we just have the bare stems right now. So if we don't have any frost temperature and the temperature continues to stay warm, then we might be able to get one more harvest, but if not, that's fine. We harvested everything that we could, and all we have to do is later on root out all the stems and then just cover this raised bed with leaves, and get it ready for next planting season, next spring, in a couple of months. So that is the garden. If you have any questions, please leave them in the or comments. Leave them in the comments below. I'll try to answer as many as possible. But that is it for the garden. But we still have quite a few stuff in the greenhouse. I'll see if I can make a video of the greenhouse tomorrow. The greenhouse is still doing great, still doing well. At least it's still very hot in there, so everything is still producing in the greenhouse. But everything else out here is okay. We have our strawberries are still okay. They're gonna survive the cold weather. They're gonna come back next year. The huckleberries and the kang we had in containers over here. Since we harvested all the leaves, we just have the seeds left that we're gonna harvest. The seeds, you can see the chia seeds. These ones are ready to be harvested. The red one, and this is a huckleberry seed right here. This is a huckleberry seed. We're gonna harvest it and then use the seeds for next season. But apart from that, everything else is done in the garden. Just a few things to harvest, and we're good to go. Okay, that is it for today. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to share. Thanks for watching. Happy growing, everybody. And also let me know where you are when you guys get your temperature, last frost in your area. Okay, bye everybody.